different characteristics. You know, me personally, I'm sitting back and I'm asking myself why. You know, could I have played better? Yeah, I could. I blame myself a lot, but there's going to be a lot of things pointing, and we just got to try to get it together.
I know. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask Ryan, there was a plan flying home before the game. Did you guys see that, and what do you think about that?
I mean, it's funny because as soon as we pulled up to the stadium, we're there driving around with the escorts, and a couple guys happened to look up in the sky, and the first bus, I was on the first bus with Coach Shannon, and a couple guys like Sean Spence and Colin McCarthy, and somebody just pointed to it, and the whole bus immediately turned and looked at it, fired Coach Shannon, no excuses, and whatever it was. And to see that, man, before a game, that's not something you really want to see, because if you were motivated, obviously that's going to kind of deflate you a little bit. And that wasn't really a good call for us to see, but I guess it is what it is, man. People are going to say what they want to say. They have all the right to.
The last drive in regulation where they went out, down and scored, anything that they did differently that you guys weren't doing, you feel like?
No, I mean they want to get the ball to 81. I know on one of them I laxed up a little bit, because all game they were trying to get the ball to 81, and I guess we felt like we did a pretty good job thus far. And he got a couple passes in, and then they start hitting us with these runs. I'm not going to sit here and say that lost the game, that won the game. But they were just constantly making a play here, making a play there. They wanted it more than we did, I guess, on that play. And that was their signature drive to get the game into overtime. But we had a chance, opportunity to go back out there with 2 minutes left, and we didn't take advantage of it.
Ryan, what happened on that play? Because I think it was like 3rd and 10, right? When they caught it down to the 1 yard line.
21 yard.
Yeah, it was a 21-yard catch.
Technique. Obviously, I could have just did a better job locating the ball. That's on me. I don't. VT said it was his fault. This person said it was their fault. But when somebody catches the ball on me, I put it solely on me. I just have to go back to the drawing board and get better and try to find out ways to fix it.
Ron, obviously every loss stings, but this one doesn't sting more than the fact that it's a school in your state.
I know those guys. I know BJ Daniels personally. I've known him for a long time. He's from Tallahassee. I'm talking to him the majority of the game. Those guys, they want it. Anytime you come down to play a Miami team, a lot of those guys are from South Florida, a lot of those guys from the area, so they were going to play hard. And I would hate to think that we took it for granted. Maybe some players did, but it does hurt. It does hurt for the fact that it was our last regular season game, and it does hurt me for the fact that it was my last game as a Hurricane. So there's no way we can go from here. The only way to go is up. Go back to it and get ready for the bowl game.
Can you get up for the bowl game?
It's going to take some time. Obviously we have a few weeks. We'll have meetings and we'll have workouts. Sooner or later it'll blow over, but it's going to sting right now.
Do you worry about Coach Shannon's future?
Well, I don't worry about it. I feel like him and President Shalala, they have a good relationship now. They're going to do what's best for the university. I feel like he's a great coach, and I feel like he's a great man. And, whatever happens with that's how the university.
What did he say after the game to you guys?
Obviously he's disappointed. Coaches, right now, I don't think anybody can say anything. They really don't have an answer. He didn't say much. It's just, what do you say? For something like this, you don't want a finger point right now. You have to go back, obviously, look at film and question a lot of things, a lot of people, referees, players, coaching, calling. But you just want to analyze it and sit back and then you talk about it. But right now, I think everybody's just kind of really emotional. They don't really want to talk about it.
Ryan, I think you're off the next 2 weeks, we're told, right, from finals and private. What do you do?
We have a meeting on Monday at 2:30. They'll give us a sheet and they'll figure out where we go from here.
You've had a lot of tough losses here, Ryan. Is this the one that stings the most?
It's definitely up there. I've had some tough losses. Virginia one hurt this year. That's when it really stuck out to me. But this one hurt, of course, because it's my last one. Obviously I want to go out on top. It was at home and in front of my family and a lot of friends and in-state rival. This one's gonna hurt, man. And this is probably one I'm gonna remember.
81 yards they drove on that game-tying drive. 4 minutes left. As a defense, did you guys have any idea that a slip-up was going to come?
No, I can't actually, I don't remember. They don't know if they did anything different. They were doing a lot of speed bypass. Getting to the line fast, and we were trying to get calls in. Anytime that happens, that can be rough on the defense. Especially our defense where we do so much rotating and we do so much movement, emotions. Emotions are, some teams struggle with, some teams don't. But I think we did a little bit of job of struggling with it in the end. But the bottom line is we didn't make the plays when we were supposed to.
Does going to a bowl game even matter to this team right now?
it matters. It definitely matters. I mean, you don't want to be sitting home on Christmas time. You want to be doing something. But I mean, if you ask me, would I rather be in a BCS bowl game right now? You bet your bottom dollar I would, because everybody comes here to Miami expecting to be in a BCS bowl game, expecting to be in the ACC championship, national championship. But I mean, you can't take going to a bowl game for granted. I mean, whatever bowl game we go to, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna try to win that. Obviously we don't want to go out there and lose that, because that'll be really ending on a bad note. But we got to give these guys something to fight for next year.
Talk about the lift Corey gave the offense. I mean, it seemed like you guys were pretty stagnant on that side of the ball until you came in.
Yeah, I mean, Corey, he was ready. I mean, he's been practicing hard for the last 2 weeks. We knew that he was going to get in eventually. We just didn't know when. But, I mean, he came in, he gave the offense a boost, and he's always a spark. I mean, I think that's just a transitional thing. Anytime you get somebody new in or somebody who does little things different. I mean, Steven, he was playing okay to me. I mean, but obviously, the coaches got a two-headed monster, so they want to use and get him in. But I think he did fine. He made some mistakes here and there, but you just got to keep fighting and go back to it.
Being a senior, can you just sum up the season for us?
I mean, you got a lot of guys who say mediocre for 7-5. It's definitely not where we want to be. I feel like there's just too much talent on this team to be 7-5. We had some tough losses. We lost to guys that were ranked, and we lost to guys that were unranked. At some point we got to find it within ourselves as players and figure out what's wrong. I don't want to put blame totally on the coaches, and I won't do that. A lot of players made a lot of mistakes throughout this season, and that's going to happen. But we got to find a way to rebound, because life is all about not what happens to you, but how you react to it. I think that's where we got to go from here.